Sorry. Bad way to start the video, but it's your boy GZTV. We are back. It's late, I know. I thought I was going to work on my video a long time, but I think I'm just going to go to bed here soon. So, we're here to talk NBA, though. We had the Grizzlies Magic play. The Bucks Wizards was a good game somehow. Heat Raptors, Pelicans Mavs, and Timberwolves Rockets. That's kind of the rundown of the games we will be watching. Or not watching, talking about. I didn't watch that much basketball tonight. I watched a little bit of Bucks and Wizards, I think. What other game? I watched the Pelicans Mavs. I watched a little bit of Timberwolves Rockets. I watched the Thunder and Jazz game for a little bit. That's really about it. What the fuck? My stream summary. Oh yeah, my bad. Grizzlies Magic, though, John Morant's fourth quarter burst and Jaren Jackson's last second block give the Grizzlies a 1-point win over the Magic. Great fourth quarter for John Morant and a pretty good scoring night in general for him. And yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. blocked a driving floater by Paulo Banchero in the final second. And we've seen some rumblings. I think this is the first stream since Victor Wembanyama. Well, actually, I don't think it is, actually. I don't remember when they broke the news that he's going to be out for the season with a blood clot. Very unfortunate. Ended Chris Bosh's career. I hope it doesn't happen to Victor Wembanyama. But now it's looking like Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to he might win. I think he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. I guess Evan Mobley's kind of up there a little bit, but I think Jaren Jackson will win another Defensive Player of the Year now. It was for sure going to be Wemby, but hey. There you have it. Really good stuff here. Jaren Jackson, huge block. I mean, he's not just a good defensive player. He's a good defensive player when it matters, and that's really what kind of differentiates him from other players in the league. Wendell Carter Jr. was being a tough lob threat for the Grizzlies this game. Yeah, really good game here. I mean, John Morant hitting tough shots. Paulo Banchero was hitting tough shots all game. John Morant, man, 23 points. Not the greatest shooting night, but he also overcame some early slumps in this game. And you get 13 points, 11 rebounds for Brandon Clark off the bench, who shot 60%. Really dope bench minutes out of him. You look at the Orlando Magic, you get a 21-point performance for Paulo Banchero. He didn't shoot that well either. You get 25 points for Franz Wagner. You get 10 points, 11 rebounds for Wendell Carter. They're just not a very deep team. You have KCP in your starting lineup. Like, the Magic are another good backcourt piece away, I think, from being a solid team. But and they really don't have anyone on the bench that can kind of complement a guy like KCP. So, it's tough. I don't really like him in a starting lineup damn near anywhere in the league. I mean, he's a good vet. He can be a solid role player on a team, but starter, I don't know. It is what it is. We're going to move on and go ahead and talk about the Bucks and the Wizards. Wizards put up a damn fight, and we're talking about a team that hasn't even won double-digit games this year, which is insane. But Bucks overcome Giannis Antetokounmpo's foul trouble and hold on for a 3-point win over the Wizards. That obviously explains stuff. You know, returning to Washington, Kyle Kuzma actually had a pretty decent scoring night. Yeah, man, they get the victory. And I guess the foul trouble with Giannis kind of explains why this was a close game. Chris Middleton tried to hit the tying three-pointer. Couldn't go versus his old team. That was fun. He was hitting some shots, though. Chris Middleton actually played pretty good this game. And Kyle Kuzma played good as well. And it's kind of cool to see those two kind of go against each other. And we can kind of reflect on what the trades mean, how they're affecting each team. Really fun. Pretty good game here, though. KPJ was getting up. He was being aggressive. Love him as a young piece for this team. So that's awesome. And to be honest, the Bucks did not play good this game. It was teamwork that got the job done here. No Damian Lillard, obviously. But shout out to Alex Sarr. I mean, he put up 22 points. He shot 40% from the three-point line. It's just Keyshawn George, sorry. He's starting on this team. You could have put anyone else in the game. I mean, Rashawn Holmes, Corey Kispert, Marcus Smart, Bub Carrington. You have Justin Champagnie. You have Tristan Vukcevic. You have guys off the bench. I don't really know. Keyshawn George is starting on this team. That's very weird. I guess he's their front court guy. Who knows what's going on with that? I mean, Vukcevic could do that well. Rashawn Holmes could do that well. Weird decisions, but it's the Wizards. They're kind of a lost cause at this point, as we are going to move on to the Heat in the Raptors game. Tyler Hero scores 28 points. He's continuing a fantastic all-star season as the Heat beat the Raptors by 9 in overtime. They snap a 4-game skid with this game. insane fourth quarter and overtime for Tyler Hero, really just showing up when it matters, and he is such an elite scorer. He has been so under the radar. I haven't seen that many people talk about him, but he is incredible. He's great at what he does. Obviously, Andrew Wiggins is a great scoring piece to kind of complement him as well. I think that's nice that the Miami Heat went ahead, went out, picked up a piece like that, because Jimmy Butler, even when he was playing, wasn't really providing that for Tyler Hero. So, yeah, again, snapping a 4-game lose streak, sorry. But yeah, Tyler Hero, tough shots after tough shots, great stuff. Nikola Jovic was knocking down threes. Really fun game here. Tyler Hero's great. I mean, again and again and again, he was just hitting them in the mouth this entire game. 28 points for him. He played incredible. You get 25 points for Andrew Wiggins, who shot 33% from 3. 19 points, 12 rebounds for Bam. Pretty solid game as a traditional big for these guys. So, there you go. You look at the Raptors, you get a 29-point performance for R.J. Barrett off of 67% three-point shooting. You get 23 points for Emmanuel Quickley. What is going on with their big men? They have Orlando Robinson starting? That's weird. I mean, I guess they have guys like Jamal Sheed, who's a solid bench player. This is another one of those teams, though, that is like, in terms of scoring and depth and all that stuff, they really just don't have it right now. And that obviously reflects with the 17-39 record. You're not going to beat a team like Miami when the only players scoring for you are R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley. And granted, those two are playing pretty good for this team. It's just not going to get the job done. It is what it is. Let's get into the Pelicans and the Mavs. I'm really happy for the Mavs right now because without Anthony Davis, I always love to see them win. I'm rooting for the Mavs right now. I'm honestly rooting for both teams, the Mavs and the Lakers. I really want one of those teams at least to come out of this trade on top. Obviously, it's going to be a little more of a long term for the Lakers, but let's talk about this game. I mean, Kyrie Irving scores 35 points to help the Mavericks beat the Pelicans by 8. This is their third straight win. You know, they're really picking up momentum, kind of creating a cushion without AD, so that's awesome. Yeah, awesome stuff. Kyrie Irving, great scoring, and obviously P.J. Washington had an explosive first half, and he played really well to kind of complement that. It's great. I mean, good ball movement for this Mavs team. I think even without Anthony Davis, they play really well together. It's a fun game to watch. I mean, wow. 3 after 3 for Kyrie. Najee Marshall getting through defense and hitting tough shots. Matkovic had a nasty little dunk there for the Pelicans. I don't know what the hell the Pelicans are doing. I mean, Zion put up 29 points. He played great. You get a 20-point performance for Trey Murphy III off of 50% three-point shooting. Kelly Olynyk starts now, though. I don't like Kelly Olynyk as a starter. I mean, they have plenty of pieces. Jordan Hawkins, Jose Alvarado, they could go small ball. They have Bruce Brown. They even do have Carlo Matkovic coming off the bench. I just don't really like Kelly Olynyk in that role. It is what it is. I don't really know what to say about it. But you look at the Mavs, you get a 24-point performance for P.J. Washington. You get 35 points for Kyrie, who shot 50%. Such an efficient player in that guy. 15 points, 10 rebounds off the bench for Najee Marshall off of 33% three-point shooting. So, good stuff. Again, I'm very happy to see them play like that. It's fun. It's great. We're going to look here at the Timberwolves-Rockets, which was pretty much the main event of the night. Two somewhat young teams clashing. Really fun to watch. Jalen Green scores 35 points. He leads the Rockets past the Timberwolves. They win by 6. Great scoring for both Jalen Green and Alperen Şengün, just day in, day out, game after game. Although Jalen Green's not the most consistent player in the NBA, I think he can get it done to an extent. And does he have that franchise star in him yet? I don't think so, but you got to think, this guy is, 22 years old? If that, 23? He's got plenty of time to develop that skill. So that's kind of where I'm leaving it as. Great rebounding as well for Alperen Şengün. That guy is a beast. Another very underrated player in the league. Yeah, man, shout out to Jalen Green. Really fun game. Terrence Shannon Jr., I really like his youthfulness and his athleticism for the Timberwolves. That was a great draft pick from them, by the way. I think Terrence Shannon can develop to be a very good basketball player. Obviously, Jabari Smith Jr., great defense for him. Anthony Edwards and Jalen Green just going at each other this game. This was awesome. I mean, tough shots after tough shots for both of those guys. You look at the Timberwolves, you get a 37-point performance for Anthony Edwards. You get 22 points out of Naz Reid, who shot 33% from 3. You get 21 points out of Jaden McDaniels. So there were guys that stepped up to an extent, but I feel like, once again, they're kind of hindered with a guy like Mike Conley being old and kind of out of it almost. on the verge of retirement, damn near. They have Terrence Shannon Jr., you have Luka Garza coming off the bench. Like, why the hell is Mike Conley even, like, getting all these minutes? I don't even understand it. It's weird. He's a decent facilitator, I guess. I just can't justify him getting starter minutes. That's very strange to me. You look at the Rockets, 17 points, 10 rebounds for Amen Thompson. Love him as a player. This is a very awesome Rockets team. They have some fan favorites of mine. 24 points, 13 rebounds for Alperen Sengun. You get 35 points for Jalen Green, who shot 50%. So, really good stuff. We're obviously going to transition into Saturday's games, see if there's any good games. The Lakers played the Nuggets. That's going to be incredible. I cannot... Did I have the Lakers played 3 games in a row? No, they didn't play today. My bad. Okay, Lakers Nuggets. That's really the only good game on tomorrow. None of the other games really matter that much. So yeah, Lakers Nuggets. I mean, obviously, again, if any of these games are close, you can catch me on the channel. I will be talking about them. I gotta go. I got a dooski in my hand here. I'm gonna probably edit for like 25-30 minutes, and then probably hit the hay so I can wake up somewhat early tomorrow, maybe like 10ish, which isn't early for most people. Why don't I try to wake up, just get my homework out of the way so I can focus on content all day tomorrow, because I'm going to try to get this All-Star rant video. I have a lot to say, I feel like, about the All-Star game and, just kind of breaking it down event by event, where the NBA went wrong, because you guys see these recaps during the regular season, but I want to go a little bit more in depth, because here we're just kind of talking about game by game, all the close games, and I kind of want to talk a little more in depth. We obviously did that with the trade deadline. We do it every year with the top 100 players, just kind of breaking down some of the better players in the league. Those videos are fun, and I really like editing them. This is something I'm very passionate about. I love basketball. It's easily my favorite sport in the world. It used to be football, but basketball's completely trumped that over. So I'm starting 75 hard as well, so that'll be awesome. That'll be a fun little journey.